Hello and welcome to your weekly in-depth horoscope for week commencing the 3rd of February for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you'd subscribe. This week begins with Mercury gliding into the sign of Pisces, the 12th sign of the Zodiac, and one which is very much to do with introspection. Mercury, of course, is to do with communication, but in this particular sector, it is in essence in detriment. So it's not its best transit, and this can lead to some sluggish communication, not unlike a retrograde, which ironically is going to start to happen later this month. So we need to work at our communications. But actually, Mercury does forge a beautiful link with Uranus this week. So if there is a hunch that we get, which comes from Pisces, and it is about our resources, it's possible, especially if it's something new or different or fresh, that it could work out splendidly well. Now, Neptune and Jupiter are the two rulers of the sign of Pisces, and they're collaborating beautifully this week. So if we can find ways to connect with people in a more sensory way, use a degree of intuition, I do feel it's possible that this can be good even in business scenarios too. Now, Venus also starts this week in the sign of Pisces, so there's a lot of energy in this sign. But by the end of the week, by Friday, Venus moves into the sign of Aries, where technically it's in full, so another not necessarily best location. But actually, Venus in Aries, I think, can be really quite sparkling and effervescent. It gives us the push to take the initiative around our relationships, especially if we're single, and also it embraces the energy of the wounded healer Chiron almost immediately. So if there is a relationship which is suffering a little bit, I do feel this and the full moon, which occurs on Sunday, is an ideal opportunity to try to get things working more sweetly. Now, whether this is in a romantic scenario or friendship or with a colleague, it doesn't really matter. You can use this full moon to your advantage. The key here is the Leo full moon is very much about balancing what we need to do for ourselves as individuals and also what's good for the collective, which comes from the energy of Aquarius. And that energy is also jarred right through this week by the quarter moon, which occurred right at the end of last week and provides a backdrop for the whole of this one. So I think we could find ourselves in a situation where our values, whether it's around our outlook to life or more about physical, financial approaches, may be an area where we experience some kind of pinch point with another person. But the full moon can tease all of this out into the open, and with Venus moving into this area, that's really saying to us, look, try to find solutions by taking the initiative. Your specific forecast, Sagittarius, is fascinating because Jupiter, your ruling planet, forges two very important links to other planets this week. Perhaps the most important one is to the Sun, a semi-sextile in the first half of the week. Think of something you're really passionate about, an idea. Go with it because it could make you some money. And it can also, at the very least, make you feel really enriched about your self-worth. Also, Jupiter forges a beautiful link with Neptune. So if you are wanting to spend any money, it wouldn't be a surprise if it was for your home environment, especially to make it more comfortable. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, has been in a fab location for you for the last 21 days. But on Monday, it relocates into a more sheltered zone. You may find it a little bit more difficult to articulate some of your more personal and emotional needs over the next month, particularly because on the 17th of February, Mercury is going into a retrograde, but it does forge an immediately positive angle to Uranus. So if you're wanting to, in some way, improve your lot and it's linked to the home, you could come up with some kind of imaginative scheme. Something that's been stuck could be unblocked by just looking at it afresh. Now, Venus, the planet of love and attraction, moves into your sister fire sign of Aries on Friday. This is really exciting stuff because it's going to give you the chance to really, over the next 28 days, strut your stuff. And if you're looking for a relationship, give you a lot more self-confidence to reach out. It is true that in a technical sense, Venus is in detriment here, and it's also going to be embracing the wounded healer Chiron. So if there is a love tie that hasn't been working out so well for you, if you invest of yourself, it gives you an opportunity, particularly with the full moon, which occurs on Sunday, to get some kind of improvement moving. But the key to this, I do think, is communication. And if your ideals, your belief systems and your values match with the person, even if there is other issues that you're struggling with, I think there's a fine chance that you can improve things. But keeping the lines of communication open is going to be a key thing to do in the next 2 weeks. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to elevate your knowledge above your zodiac sign and embrace serious astrology, please see the link beneath this video. You can order your 12-month forecast and character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth and get 30% off. Or you can choose to have a one-to-one consultation with me. But for now, good luck and goodbye.